Hello and welcome to Let's Talk Sport here on YouTube. And today, myself, Conor Porter, and Andrew Pollard will be previewing the fabulous event that is Super Showdown, the blood money free, as some people like to call it, because of the Saudi deal. And well, yeah, it's another one of those occasions, Andy, where you have to turn a blind eye to some conditions that they're hosting in Saudi Arabia because WWE is going there, and you know, that's how WWE works sometimes. But nevertheless, another occasion where the legends of the past come out to play once more in a show that is suspectedly bigger than WrestleMania, even though WrestleMania had the first ever women's main event in WrestleMania history. You know, kind of like digging that into the dirt already, and it's only been 2.5 months, not even that yet. Nevertheless, Andy, let's get into it, and let's start off with the match that everyone is talking about, the Lucha House Party versus Lars Sullivan. And this is going to be a fantastic match, which Lars Sullivan is going to win clean sweep very easily, I think. Andy, what have you got?
Oh, no, exactly. I think the enthusiasm I have for this match sums up my enthusiasm for Super Showdown as a whole. It's like, it's there, it's going to happen. That's it. Yeah, Lars, it'll, like you said, it'll just be a clean sweep, a squash of sorts. There might be, I don't know, some sort of, it might not be maybe one or two little hope spots for the Lucha House Party, a few, maybe even a triple team, Lucha, Super Duper Express, whatever the fuck I want to call it. But it's going to be, yeah, it's going to be maybe 5 minutes. Lars is going to win, might not be 5 minutes, and that is it.
It'll be the filler, I think, for any time that they needed, you know.
Wow.
So slow on time, then boom, put that match in, and then job's done.
I know that at the moment the listings have it as the first match, and obviously that's subject to change, but you're thinking, no, I don't think they can start the show with this, because the logical school, of course, but the logical school of thought is you start the show with something that's going to grab everybody's attention, that piques the interest. This match isn't that, but whenever it happens on the card, it's, yeah, the result is as guaranteed can be. It's guaranteed as Vince McMahon is doing like a Scrooge McDuck dive into a pool of Saudi billions.
All right, let's move on then to Braun Strowman versus Bobby Lashley. No arm wrestling contest this time around, an actual wrestling contest in the middle of the ring, Andy. And I think this is only going to go one way. The Saudis loved Braun Strowman last year at the Greatest Royal Rumble, and I think they're going to love him again this year, and I think they're going to push for him to win this time around too. So I'm going to go for Strowman to win this one, which will kind of put Bobby Lashley on the back foot a little bit after WrestleMania 2. A bit surprising as well for a superstar of his position, but we've still got a lot of the summer left for him to rebound as well. So going for Strowman on this one, Andy.
Yeah, no, totally. And that segment on Raw, the arm wrestling segment, that just screamed late 80s, early 90s Vince McMahon, WWF. But we're in a difference. That's 25 years ago, 30 years ago in some cases. It's so dated. But yeah, Vince loves his big guys, his monsters. Monster versus monster. Yeah, Strowman wins. That's it. Bobby Lashley, I don't know where he goes after this. He's there. That's all you can say about Lashley. At least when Leo Rush was with him, it was annoying, but it added something to the act. Bobby Lashley on his own, he's got no charisma, but he's a big, impressive-looking dude. But yeah, Strowman wins. Then who knows what's left for both of these guys over the summer? And who really cares? Even with Braun, who cares now?
I mean, who cares about this next feud as well? Roman Reigns versus Shane McMahon. Just another one I'm just absolutely furious with at the moment. The amount of times that they're pumping into us on Raw and SmackDown. Oh, look, Shane McMahon can beat up Roman Reigns. Ooh, wonder what's going to happen at Super Showdown. Oh, Roman Reigns with the spear. 1, 2, 3. Roman Reigns wins. Andy.
Yeah, no, I'll be honest. I'm really liking Shane McMahon as a heel, but more in that heel manager sort of role. I think he'd be great in. His promo's been brilliant as a heel. He's got a face you want to punch. He's easy to hate because what he says is very much like real life in terms of, yeah, he's the son of a billionaire. And obviously, you see Shane out carried in interviews, and he comes across like a likable guy, but he plays that role really well. As a heel wrestler, again, no interest in seeing him. This match, Roman will win. Roman goes on then for McIntyre at Stomping Ground. And I think Shane will still be in the mix around that, but I think this might be, if it was me, Roman wins, and it's more a way after this if you move Shane to the background to still be a voice piece, to still be a mouthpiece, and to still be an antagonist against Roman, but you put the focus on McIntyre or the Revival or whoever, and just have that nice little stable brewing, but Shane stays out the ring.
Yeah, I just don't want Shane to win this match, because if he did, then I don't know what on earth WWE is doing right now, and I might cancel my network. So there we go.
The last two pay-per-views, we've done Money in the Bank, we've done WrestleMania. Both times, I'm pretty sure both of us picked The Miz to beat Shane in both of those matches. Especially with Money in the Bank, you're thinking, okay, Shane's got the win at WrestleMania somehow. This is where Miz gets his win back at Money in the Bank. Like, no, Shane wins. So we're both saying Roman, but it's like you never know. You never ever know.
Never say never, they say in WWE. Intercontinental Championship match between the Demon Finn Balor and Andrade / Cien Almas, if you want to call him that still. Andy, the Demon's still being brought up as this mystical figure that can't be beaten on the WWE main roster, but he's going up against a very promising Latino star in Andrade. Probably one of the matches that the majority of WWE fans are looking forward to, because quite frankly, you can call it pretty much down the middle and fans would care about the result either side. You know, you've got later matches on in the card like Triple H and Randy Orton, Undertaker and Goldberg, where, you know, you could call those matches still down the middle, but quite frankly, WWE fans don't care which way it goes. Whereas this one, I think you've got fans on both sides that are quite passionate about how the result will play out. So what's your thinking behind it? What's your prediction?
It's the match I'm looking forward to the most. On a show that I couldn't give a single shit about, this is maybe the one shit that I do give, because I think it's two of the most talented guys in the company, in the business. Like you said, Andrade, I think there's massive things ahead for him. It is. I think they're, out of the whole card, they're probably two of the stars that people do care the most about, the loyal fan base, or WWE Universe, sorry, or Smarks, whatever you want to call us. But I think Balor retains purely because, well, the Demon element. I don't think they'd have him lose to Andrade as a Demon. And secondly, I think Andrade, if it was me, I'd be looking at down the line for Kofi Kingston when Kofi's done with Dolph. And where does Kofi go with that then? Because it looks like Randy Orton and maybe Roman could be feuding somewhere towards the end of the year. So you're looking at heel challenges for Kofi Kingston as the network starts to move over to Fox in the US, who are supposedly looking at the Latino audience. You're thinking Andrade's tailor-made to be going up against Kofi. So I think Balor wins, so it essentially keeps Andrade out of the Intercontinental title picture. And that's about all I've got on that, really. Hopefully should be a great match.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this match as well. I hope then it's going to be a great match too. I think as well, because of the Demon factor, I think that was a Saudi request. I think they want to see him, and I think as well with the lure and the mystique that's behind the Demon character, I think Finn Balor is going to have this one in the bag. But hopefully it'll be an entertaining match as well, with lots of good maneuvers, because they both pulled out the stops at Money in the Bank, and they deserve time on this pay-per-view to show what they've got for a wider audience. Before we get on to the bigger matches on the card, Andy, the 50-man Royal Rumble that no one cares about, just a superstar that you want to have win that match.
Well, am I right in thinking, unless I've not seen something, out of the 50 superstars in it, there's only been maybe 7 announced?
Yeah, I think it was... Sorry, what did you say?
A Revival and the Usos, I think, were announced for it.
Carl Anderson, Luke Gallows, AJ Styles. Apparently, he was tagged in the tweet that Carl tweeted out, but it wasn't like a confirmation. I know AJ Styles is injured at the moment, but he's still plastered on all the promos for Super Showdown. So that's an interesting one. I think he'll probably go deep in it, but I imagine if McIntyre's not involved in the Roman Reigns Shane kerfuffle, I think he'll be in this match too, and he's actually my pick to win it. Who have you got?
I think McIntyre's probably the best shout for it, or maybe, I don't know, something like The Miz. It would help if there was ahead of time they'd announced that you get something from winning this, whether it's a shitty championship that Braun got last time when it was that which was on TV.
Has that become the 24/7 title? Because I'm pretty certain they look the same.
But at least announce something that the winner gets, I don't know, a title shot of their pick, or they get, I don't know, preferential treatment for the Royal Rumble. I know it's a long way off, but it's just...
The problem is, Andy, they can't do that because then they have to keep on referencing Super Showdown until that match happens, and they don't want to do that. They basically want to put the book closed as soon as you know, whoever's finishing has walked out the arena. They did that last year. They did this year, so.
Well, on a random side note, while that's the thoughts in my head, do you think we'll get another Hulk Hogan appearance?
probably. We'll get some big superstar, I think, from the past. Probably not Hogan, because he hosted WrestleMania, and I think that's just a bit of an overkill.
But that's where he made his comeback last time after being disgraced out of the company. His big comeback was swept under the carpet in Saudi Arabia because Saudi Arabia wanted to see him, the Prince.
I wouldn't be surprised if we get some legends in the match. That's all I'm going to say. Maybe one or two. I don't think Angle. I don't think they want to go back onto that route. Probably some more.
Aim.
Oh.
Yeah. Big Show. There you go.
Big Show. There you go. Big Show hosts the Super Showdown.
No, Big Show wins the Rumble. I'm going to say that's what I'm going for.
It was a bit Mark Henry did some stuff with WWE recently today, so I imagine they want to forget that he did any stuff with AEW over the Double or Nothing weekend and get him involved, because he hasn't been seen in the ring for quite some time. So, but yeah, I think we're both going with McIntyre, aren't we?
Yeah, although I think I'm kind of talking myself around to Big Show just because who the fuck knows with this Saudi show, Super Showdown. It's like, no, McIntyre's a logical bet, but as an outside bet, I'm going to go with the Big Show just because he's a giant. They love the big guys. It's a match that nothing's going to come off. So the Big Show could come back, wrestle this match, and not be seen of again until he goes into the Hall of Fame, and nobody will bat an eye because it does not matter.
Yeah. All right, Kofi Kingston versus Dolph Ziggler for the WWE Championship. Kofi Kingston and Dolph Ziggler, of course, very rich rivalry from the past, over the Intercontinental title, over the US title, over the tag team titles, I think, as well at 1.2, and now, of course, the big prize, WWE Championship. Very historic rivalry, but Dolph Ziggler, of course, we all know, he's kind of taken a hiatus, really, from WWE at the moment. Was called in because I think of the whole Daniel Bryan situation again, with the fact that he doesn't want to travel. You know, John Cena's not traveling, and Kevin Owens doesn't want to travel. Sami Zayn's not allowed to go to the country, so we're running out of options here for Kofi Kingston.
Aleister Black as well. Aleister Black's not allowed to go because some of his tattoos have religious connotations.
So it's Dolph Ziggler filling in, and that's all he is at the moment. He's filling in, and I think Kofi Kingston's going to retain, and we're going to move on from this very quickly.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think it'll be a good match. Like you said, these guys know each other inside out. They've had some great matches over the years. They've feuded over countless titles before. But as you said there, Dolph is pretty much just a placeholder because they've got nobody else. You talked about all the absentees. It'll be a one and done deal. Maybe Dolph will stick around for another few weeks, possibly. But Kofi retains. Hopefully it's a good match. That's about all we can get out of this. Unless, for some reason, the Brock factor comes into this, but yeah, either way, Kofi retains against Ziggler.
Yeah. Well, the match that could have the Brock factor is the Universal Championship match. Hopefully, the US title will actually be defended. You know, Samoa Joe's got it now; he can defend it on the show. Whether or not he will, we'll have to wait and see.
Battle Royal, maybe. I do like a bit of Joey Samoa, so maybe the Battle Royal. But I'm done with that Battle Royal. Let's carry.
Yeah, you're gonna bring up my Ricochet argument now. I love Ricochet, so I want him to win it now too. But let's move on. Universal Championship match: Seth Rollins versus Baron Corbin. Of course, Vince McMahon loves Baron Corbin, wants to keep on pushing him no matter what, going up against Seth Rollins. But we've got this whole Brock Lesnar factor as well, hiding in the shadows, waiting for his opportunity to arise. Even though only until a couple of weeks ago that he found out that, you know, he has the whole entire year to cash in. Before he had to do it almost immediately, you know, before he had to announce it and everything. And we had all graphics popping up on our screen saying Brock Lesnar will cash in on Raw, blah 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 blah. Lies, Andy, it's all lies. It's not happening. Friday, he said to Paul Heyman, Friday. Will he show up? Andy?
He will, but when he shows up, it makes zero sense. Zero sense, because obviously on Raw, he completely beat down Rollins. Rollins got taken out on a stretcher to the extent that's how bad the attack was. And it's why would you not? In terms of, again, I'm doing that silly thing of going with logic and storylines. Why would you, while he's there, incapacitated, waiting for a stretcher, Seth Rollins, it's you literally need to put a finger on him and that's it. You become Universal Champion. Why would you then go? Actually, no, I'm going to go to Friday. I'm going to wait till Friday so I can fly however many hours it's going to take.
17 hours it is, Andy.
I'm going to fly 17 hours there and 17 hours back just to do this there. It just stupidity in terms of storyline continuity. At least maybe say that he's going there because, let's be honest, it's a payday. Say I'm going to wait till Friday because I'll do it in Saudi Arabia where I'll get billions of dollars.
He literally will get money in the bank then, you know. So,
yeah, exactly. With the match itself, Corbin, to be fair, he's a great heel. He's very easy to hate. One of the few heels on the roster who is a true heel. It feels like he's an arse, he's a dick, but that's kind of what you want for you bad guys. I think Seth retains that. Whether Brock, I honestly don't know what Brock. It's and as sad as it sounds, as sad as it makes me feel, because I've been a huge Brock Lesnar fan for years. I don't care about Brock Lesnar now. It's like if he cashes in, great. If he doesn't, don't care. It's either way. I think they keep Seth with the belt. Even if Brock does try and cash in, I think Seth, for the foreseeable, this is Rollins' title. They're going to try and solidify him as a true top the guy. Especially now Roman out the equation on SmackDown. What I could maybe see is whether it's at Super Showdown or down the line, probably down the line, is maybe Brock cashed in on Kofi just to tie in with that move to Fox, because obviously you want your bigger names, and love him or hate him, Brock Lesnar's a huge name, so I could maybe see that. But no, I think Rollins beats Corbin, and then if Brock does cash in, he's not getting the belt. Whether he cashes in or not, who knows? Who cares?
I think Brock will tease the cash in, but I don't think he'll cash in itself. I think it's just that appearance money that he gets from teasing the cash in, and I think as well
that makes even less sense, because it's like, I'm going to fly 17 hours to Saudi Arabia just to go, oh, maybe I'll cash in. No, I'm not going to. I'm going to fly 17 hours back and then maybe do it on Monday. Oh, anyway, sorry, Conor.
But I agree with you on your statements on Seth Rollins, and also the fact as well that, you know, the Universal Championship for the past 2 years has been a title that has hardly been seen on WWE television, so we need to see it a bit more. And I don't think if Brock Lesnar was to win it, then he's going to be appearing on every single Raw. So I think Seth Rollins wins on this night. Whether or not it's through some hijinks that Brock Lesnar gets involved and costs Baron Corbin the match, and they have a match later down the line, I don't know, in order to build up Baron Corbin. But whatever happens, Seth Rollins is walking out of Saudi Arabia still as the Universal Champion for me. So that's what I've got. Triple H versus Randy Orton, another rivalry which literally everyone wants to put in the books and to bed, but WWE is reviving it once more. Triple H apparently still has his balls in Stephanie's handbag, and Randy Orton has made sure that he knows it's there. He doesn't have any balls, so he's very jealous. Unscripted line, I believe that was in the end. But yeah.
Clarify to me why this match is happening, other than it being the Saudi Arabia payday. What's the storyline behind this, please?
Oh, to find where Triple H's balls are, because
which they left that until after the match was announced, the reveal. it makes no sense.
It's just a renewed rivalry, isn't it? Like,
but the last time we saw these two, they were pals. They were okay. Yeah. It was when they had the mini evolution. Yeah. And if anything, it was maybe there was like the tease of something between Randy and Batista, if anything, and obviously Triple H and Batista, which will go into WrestleMania. But yeah, last time we saw them, they were buddies. And now all of a sudden, it's just announced that, oh, actually, no, these two are going to fight in Saudi Arabia. Is there a reason for that? No, there isn't a reason. But the week before, the Monday before the Friday show, we'll do a promo about Triple H's balls. That'll sell it. It's like, Randy Orton.
Yeah, I agree with you as well, Randy Orton. I just think that's the logical way to do it. You know, with Triple H and Batista at WrestleMania, you could call it pretty much down the line because, you know, Batista's retirement match and Triple H still being with the company. Whereas now I think Randy Orton still very much a regular on SmackDown, shall we say, almost every week. And you don't want to be burying him, if you pardon the pun, when it comes to Triple H. You don't want to be burying him in that sense against someone that only wrestles once or twice a year. So I think Randy Orton has to win this one and potentially use this as a building block to keep on going forward to face off against Roman Reigns for a number one contenders match down the line, perhaps something like that, because they've both beaten authority figures in WWE should Roman Reigns beat Shane McMahon if we want that to happen. We'll have to wait and see on that. Final match on the card, Undertaker versus Goldberg. I mean, Andy, for all the criticism that we give to Undertaker and Goldberg because they're in their 50s and they're looking to wrestle, and obviously it's quite clear that they're not in their prime anymore, they still deliver absolutely fantastic promos. I don't know if you watched it on Raw and SmackDown this week. I thought Undertaker's promo was just precise and to the point, even though the fact that it got cut off at the end, you had to watch the rest on Raw exclusive. And then we had the situation with Goldberg on SmackDown, and then the lights go out and blue lights come on, and Undertaker's there behind him, and he turns around, laughs in his face, and then he disappears. And it's like, oh, where's he gone? Oh, he must have vanished into thin air. No, he's totally not underneath the ring at all. No, don't check underneath there. Even though we had cameras underneath there earlier on for the 24/7 title, check that camera, see where the Undertaker's there. But back to this, I think it's like the other matches on this card. You could call it down the middle, and it won't matter either way as to who you think is going to win. But because I think they're not done with the Undertaker yet, I think the Undertaker wins this one, and I think he's going to perhaps win it in a quite convincing manner in order to keep this phenom of him alive, really. Because when you think about it, the last match that he had against Triple H and Shawn Michaels alongside Kane, it kind of got diminished there a little bit. And then when he faced Triple H at the other Super Showdown with the hyphen, he lost that match, didn't he? I can't remember off the top of my head.
That was 25 minutes, that match was, yeah. And he lost. Triple H got his win back after all those years. Yeah,
so I think they need to build up the Undertaker's repertoire a little bit, because I don't think they're done with him. The last match that he had that he won was against Cena at WrestleMania 34. And that was a quick one, so I think...
Yeah, it wasn't really a match. It was just like, oh, Cena's in the crowd drinking beer. Oh, he did turn up. Oh, what a surprise. And then it was like 3 minutes.
Totally wasn't expecting that, even though his face is in the programme.
I think the last time I saw it, I mean, everybody loves The Undertaker. He's Vince McMahon's greatest creation. He's one of the greatest wrestling characters ever. But I can't think of the last time, really, if I think about it. When the last time I watched the Undertaker match and thought, that was brilliant, that was great. Or even, that was good. The Roman Reigns match wasn't great. The Bray Wyatt match wasn't great. The Cena match wasn't really a match. Triple H, that was far too long and didn't need to happen. Maybe CM Punk, but because even the Lesnar match when he lost he just looked out of it. I don't need to see. I've said this for probably 2 years now. I don't need to see another Undertaker match. It's not that I don't have any interest in it. I don't want to see it. I don't. He deserves to he's earned the right to just say, right, I'm done now. But obviously, he can't do WrestleMania for some reason. But when the Saudi Arabia checkbook comes out, me Vince. No, I agree with you. I think he'll win. I don't want to see either of these guys wrestle again. And if I did want to see Taker or Goldberg wrestle again, it probably would be Goldberg, just because Undertaker looks like he's one bad move away from doing something serious to himself. Whereas Goldberg, at least with Goldberg, his matches are quick, so there's not that much room to do damage. I do think I'm going to make a call on this. I think Taker wins, but I'm going to predict that the match itself is shorter than the combined entrances. I think it'll be quick. I think it'll be 5 minutes tops, and that's probably for the best. Taker wins. It's sad. It's sad how lackadaisical and unbothered I am by a match that's Undertaker and Goldberg, which, let's face it, is not even 10 years too late. This is like 20 years too late, really. If you want to be kind, maybe 15 years too late.
If you want to be realistic, 15, 18 years too late. Because, 12 years ago, 1999, height of the Attitude Era, WCW as well, on the decline. Goldberg still pretty much there, taking in that money. Undertaker at height or underneath, Stone Cold and The Rock in terms of push and promotion and that, but still very much an alluring character on WWE television. It just feels like 20 years too late in that sense. And I think Goldberg, so much for retirement, you know, didn't actually happen in the end. That Saudi money came crawling back. And, you know, you give him credit as well. Keeps himself in good shape, does Muay Thai and things like that, I think, as well. So, you know, kickboxing fanatic. So he keeps himself in good shape. And, you know, The Undertaker, we know his story already. We don't need to be told it countless times. I think, though, there's still one more match in him, not because of money or anything like that, but I just think in closure. I don't think WWE would want to say, oh, The Undertaker's last match was in Saudi Arabia, where we had to get a bunch of money in order to perform. I think they would prefer to say The Undertaker's match was at the place that he made his name the most, which was WrestleMania, with the alluring streak. And, you know, for me, the best thing would be one more match against Brock Lesnar, get that win back, and send Brock Lesnar back in as well. I think that would be great. I think, you know, just put him in the middle of the card of WrestleMania, that little bit of filler, 10 minutes, and they're done. That's how I'd end his career, but that's not WWE would do it. But
yeah, I've got this horrible feeling that I don't think he's ever going to officially retire, because the WWE know that they've always got that. If he doesn't retire, there's always that in their back pocket of like, well, we can wheel him out for a 3-minute match, as that John Cena match was at WrestleMania. You can do that till, as long as he can walk, pretty much, you can pull out that 3-minute match at WrestleMania as a special attraction. The Undertaker at WrestleMania, and I guess a younger guy, you can bump around for him. So I don't know, I've got a horrible feeling he's never going to officially retire, even though he should do. He deserves to retire on his own terms, which maybe this is his own terms, that he just wants to keep on leaving it open so he can come back for a payday. A couple of million a year for what, 2 matches a year? You can't blame him one way, but it's 20 years too late, 15 years too late. It's like the concept of possibly a Sting match that keeps always coming up. Obviously Sting's talked about how he'd love to do it, but he can't because of his neck issues now. But even that, if that were to happen today, I don't think the match itself would be very good. And again, it would feel like 20 years too late. With the Goldberg thing, I think what makes it reek, not Goldberg just on his own, Goldberg and Undertaker, what makes it reek specifically of money is the fact that they only bothered turning up to the promos the week of the show. It's like, the guys themselves, they deliver the promos. I wasn't massively sold on Undertaker's, but it was an Undertaker promo that you expect. It was the same old stuff, for better or for worse. Goldberg's, I thought, had a bit more fire to it, and obviously you had the stare down then, and like you said, Goldberg turning around and laughing in his face was a great moment. But you're thinking at least give them 2 or 3 weeks of TV time to try and talk people into this match. But that's the thing with this sort of pay-per-view, if you want to call it that, or special show, is you don't need to talk people into buying it. You don't need to talk people into that, because they don't care. The money's coming from Saudi Arabia, regardless of if you subscribe to the network or whatever. So it just feels like a cash grab, which it is. Like this whole pay-per-view, bringing it full circle.
Yes, that is certainly true. All right, Andy, one more thing before we finish off. I'd like to surprise you a little bit. I surprised you last time out in the Money in the Bank video with the Bray Wyatt question. This one, though, we're going to go back a year to the Greatest Royal Rumble, and then during the actual Greatest Royal Rumble match itself, Titus and Neil came running down to the ring, and he slipped over and fell underneath the ring. So I would like to ask you this, Andy: how many times will Michael Cole reference that moment on commentary during Super Showdown?
7. That's what I'm going for.
All right, I'm going to go for 5, because, you know, 5's a great number, and I think that's what we're going to happen. Is Titus O'Neil going to reference it at all when he comes down to the ring, do you think, for his?
Yeah, he'll do like a taking it easy thing.
Perhaps bring down a wet floor sign with him, you know, to make sure.
Well, Titus O'Neil, of course, is a former 24/7 champion. We have to refer to him as that, the first ever 24/7 champion. Does that title make an appearance? Archery?
Probably during the Rumble match itself, we could see a few title changes. You know,
I think it will be. Yeah.
If you got pinned and things like that, you never know. And the referee's always present, so got to be on alert. So, you know, maybe that'll be a reason to tune into the 50-man Royal Rumble. You know, we'll have to wait and see. So, what are your own predictions for the Super Showdown? Let us know in the comment section below this video.